Welcome back, Wheels 4 Drive family. Today we're diving deep into an SUV that has a legendary history and a bright future, the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now, if you've been keeping an eye on the SUV market, you know the Grand Cherokee isn't just another midsize SUV. It helped shape what we think of as a modern SUV. Since its debut in the 1990s, it's been a major player, and guess what? It's still standing strong in today's highly competitive market. But here's the big question. How does the Grand Cherokee stay relevant? How does it manage to hold its ground against some tough competition like the Subaru Outback or the Toyota 4Runner? Well, if you're wondering, you're in the right place because we're breaking it all down. So what makes the Jeep Grand Cherokee special? Let's start with its legacy. The current generation Grand Cherokee was introduced back in 2022, and it's already due for a refresh in 2025. Now, that might get you thinking, why a refresh so soon? Well, in the world of SUVs, things move fast. Consumers want more tech, better performance, and enhanced safety features. And automakers like Jeep are always trying to keep up with these evolving demands. So, what are we expecting from the 2025 model? We'll get to that in a bit, but let's take a moment to appreciate what the Grand Cherokee already offers. First of all, Jeep gives you options. You can get the standard 2-row, 5-seat version, or if you need more space, the 3-row Grand Cherokee L is there to accommodate your needs. Not to mention, there's also the 4XR plug-in hybrid version. The flexibility is great, but here's something to think about. Is having all these variations a strength, or does it dilute the brand? What about off-roading? Now, if you're into adventure and off-roading, the Grand Cherokee is no slouch. Jeep has built a reputation for making vehicles that can handle the toughest terrains, and the Grand Cherokee is no exception. Whether you're taking it off the beaten path or just cruising around town, it offers superior off-road capability paired with a smooth, comfortable on-road experience. But let me ask you, how often do you use your SUV for off-roading? Is it something you do every weekend, or is it more about having the confidence that your vehicle can handle rough terrain if you ever needed it to? Let's talk about the engine one area where we might see some change is the powertrain. As it stands, the Jeep Grand Cherokee comes with a 3.6-liter V6 engine producing 293 horsepower. Now, while that might sound decent on paper, many feel that it lacks the punch they expect from a midsize SUV in this class. Plus, the fuel efficiency isn't exactly something to brag about. Could Jeep be introducing a new engine for the 2025 refresh? That's a question a lot of people are asking. We've heard rumors about Jeep possibly introducing their Hurricane twin turbo engines, which could provide the smoothness and power the Grand Cherokee needs to stand out in this crowded segment. Wouldn't that be a game changer? If that happens, it might just be what Jeep needs to breathe new life into the Grand Cherokee. The competition is fierce, and automakers like Ford and Toyota are not slowing down. So is Jeep ready to bring the heat with this refresh? Only time will tell. Now let's shift gears to design. The Grand Cherokee is already a good-looking SUV, but we're expecting some fresh new exterior updates for 2025. New front and rear fascia designs, restyled lighting accents. It's all part of the refresh that Jeep is working on to keep the Grand Cherokee modern and appealing. But what about the inside? Interior design is where a lot of SUVs either win you over or leave you feeling underwhelmed. The Grand Cherokee, as it stands, already has an upscale interior, but there's always room for improvement, right? Jeep could make some tweaks, maybe a larger infotainment screen, more luxurious materials, or even additional tech features. How important is interior design to you when choosing an SUV? Does the feel and finish of the cabin make or break your decision? Speaking of tech, the 2024 Grand Cherokee comes with an 8.4-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is solid, but in 2025, we're hoping to see an even bigger center display, maybe something around 10.1 inches. We're also expecting over-the-air updates and a more robust suite of driver assistance features, but could Jeep do more? Perhaps more safety tech as standard. What do you think? Do these updates sound like they'll keep the Grand Cherokee competitive, or do you think Jeep needs to go even further? On the subject of safety, Jeep is already offering a good set of standard features like lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise control, and rear parking sensors. For 2025, we're anticipating some enhancements, possibly in the form of traffic sign recognition, a 360-degree camera, or even semi-autonomous parking. But here's a question: how important are these features to you? Are these the deal breakers when considering a new SUV? Or do you prioritize other things like performance or comfort? With all this technology, technology, it makes us wonder, could Jeep introduce more semi-autonomous driving features down the line? With brands like Tesla pushing the envelope in this area, Jeep might need to step up its game. How do you feel about semi-autonomous features? Would you trust a system like that, or do you prefer being in full control of your vehicle at all times? Now, let's talk about something we can't avoid: pricing. The Jeep Grand Cherokee is expected to get a bit more expensive in 2025, which raises the question, will the upgrades justify the price hike? The 2024 two-row Laredo 4x2 starts at around $38,830, while the electrified 4xe version sits at a hefty $62,285. With the refresh, we could see these numbers climb even higher. Does the value match the price? That's for you to decide, but keep in mind that more competition is always entering the market, and buyers have plenty of options these days. To sum it all up, the Jeep Grand Cherokee is poised for a refresh that could push it back to the top of the midsize SUV segment. Whether it's the potential introduction of new engines, a redesigned interior, or more advanced technology, Jeep is doing what it can to stay ahead of the game. But the big question remains, will it be enough? Will the 2025 Grand Cherokee's updates make it the SUV of choice for buyers, or will the competition continue to gain ground? So what do you think? Does the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee sound like it's going to live up to the hype? Are the rumored updates exciting enough to keep it on your radar, or are you leaning toward other options in the midsize SUV segment? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Wheels Ford Drive for more daily content. We've got a lot more coming your way, so stay tuned.